Hello, Scorpio. How you doing, Scorps? I hope you're good. Thanks so much for clicking here. I appreciate you. Look, I got an oracle deck we're going to read from first. I'm just going to pull one card from the oracle deck. First, some overall energy for the week ahead, and just dropping some cards on the weekend here for you, so have some energy to go into the next week with. Look, I know it's a lot of energy that we're dealing with right now, but we're going to talk about your reset, hitting the reset button for you. Whatever you're about to take action on, we are in the new moon energy. Happy new moon in Aries, by the way. And if you are somebody who has any placements, moon or rising in Aries, Cancer, Libra, or Capricorn, you're feeling this the most. All of this Aries energy here. So let's find out, what is your reset button, friend? Because we are on the other side of the new moon. That means this is a new cycle for you. Let's find out what's coming up. Tell me about Scorpio. Oh, and at the end of this video, I'll tell you about the extendeds. I'll also tell you about how to catch me for a private reading. Let's find out what's going on. We've got staying focused and holding the course. Look, I think you're on the right path. When I pull this card, staying focused and holding the course, it tells me don't stop doing what you're doing. I think that you're doing the right thing. I think you're on the right path, doing the right thing. Staying focused. You can see somebody who's looking into the future, right? This person's got a telescope looking into the future. And it almost feels like, yeah, it's coming. Like I want to say that you're probably feeling that. Yeah, it's going to come. I've just got to stay the course and just stay focused on the thing that I want that is in the future. Bottom of the deck, we have Voyage of the Heart. It says love flows through you and to you. So in the meantime, while you're waiting for this thing in the future to show up for you, I feel like this is what you're supposed to be doing, flowing through love, making sure that it does not only flow through you, but it flows to you. So don't forget to love yourself, I think is what it's saying. We're going to pick up a deck here. We're going to go to the tarot and we're going to talk about a 9-card draw. We're going to find out what else might be coming up. Tell me about this reset energy. What is Scorpio supposed to be taking action on in the week ahead? Tell me about Scorpio. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Scorpio. Thanks for showing up here, by the way. I hope you'll stay. I hope you'll subscribe. Let's find out what's going on. We have the Hermit energy. We have the 8 of Pentacles. Oh, somebody is doing some work behind the scenes, and I think it's you. Working really hard or working on something really hard. I think it has to do with your spirituality, though. It does really feel like somebody here is getting their spiritual self organized, is what it feels like. This is both Virgo energies, right? So it feels like you are, you know, sort of looking at things in depth, splitting the hairs, finding out what's going on, like really truthfully and honestly looking at your path. And can I make it through with the light that I have? Or do I need to look at where I can make my light brighter? It feels like when the 8 of Pentacles shows up, that you're a subject matter expert on something or trying to be. It feels like something here is going to be revealed to you here. When the High Priestess comes out in the reverse, it feels like a secret's revealed. I feel like something is going to be revealed to you while you're in your quietest state, because really that's what the Hermit is. The Hermit isn't a place where we just stay home constantly. We all have to work. We all have to do our shit, right? But I feel like it is a place where I feel like you're probably going from work, doing whatever it is you have to do, and then spending some time with yourself. So maybe you're just putting the kids to bed a little earlier, or you are going for walks, you know, saying to your spouse, I just need to go out for a 20-minute walk and I just need to be with my own thoughts for a moment. It feels like you are organizing thoughts, and I feel like from that, something is about to be revealed to you, like maybe a secret, or maybe your intuition's about to reveal something to you. We have the 6 of Pentacles. We have the 8 of Cups, or sorry, not the 8 of Cups, I got the Queen of Cups here. Now the Queen of Cups is at the center of your reading, which is the heart of the matter. And I feel like ultimately it feels as though you are trying to organize how you feel about something, trying to make, how can I say, be very practical about something rather than being emotional about something. It feels like it has to do with something that is reciprocal. So I want to say a conversation with a friend or a group of people. It feels like there is something here that you need to reveal, or that your intuition is going to reveal to you about how to take care of a situation that I feel is very deeply emotional for you. Tell me more about Scorpio. We've got the Ace of Swords. You're going to get the answer, because the Ace of Swords is this moment of clarity or an aha moment. And I feel like you're inner self, or your intuition is about to reveal something to you, your little psychic self, right? I feel like something is about to reveal to you a truth about something that is deeply emotional to you. It might be between you and another, because the Six of Pentacles is here. And I think although you've been trying to look at something very practically, I feel like it's still very deeply emotional for you. Something cut you emotionally. It could be that. Let's find out what else is going on here. We have the the Seven of Wands. I feel like you're about to stand up and say something to someone that you've been having a back and forth with. But I feel like it comes out, I feel like what you reveal is that you've been looking over your feelings, or you've been trying to, excuse me, you've been trying to go over the details and the analytics about how you feel about something. And then I think that your intuition is going to reveal something that is an aha moment, a realization, or a moment of clarity is coming about how you feel about something. You know, I really do feel, it feels here that there is something that you're dealing with that's really deeply emotional, Scorpio, but because you are the King of Cups, you're dealing with things that are under the surface. So I feel like you're not a person who gets really overly emotional. It feels to me that you are psychic, you are empathic, you are a person who picks up on everything in a room with people, and it feels like your emotions, you're trying to keep your emotions in check by looking at something or dealing with something in a very practical way. So weights and measures, or numbers, or distances. You know what I mean? You're trying to put it in some sort of a mathematical box so you don't have to deal with it in terms of an emotional state. We have the Page of Swords. There is something here that you're learning. Your intuition is going to reveal something to you about how to deal with a situation that I feel like you're about to stand up to somebody. That's what it feels like here. You're about to stand up to somebody that you've been conversing with. And I feel like you want to be able to keep your shit together. Do you know what I mean? Like, it feels like this practical, I feel like you, in the heart of the matter, you don't want to get overly emotional. You want things to stay balanced. You want to be able to speak your truth in terms of the details. Like, this is what really matters to me. It feels like you are trying to do this in a way where you are not overly emotional. So I'm going to say, look, it says here, hold your course and stay focused. I think that maybe it's hard for you not to get really emotional when you're speaking the truth to somebody. And I feel like you're about to stand up and speak your truth to somebody. Not only your truth, but your spiritual truth. That's what it feels like. We're going to put 2 cards down here and we'll see what's under the surface here. We've got the Three of Swords. It's something that has hurt you deeply, my friend. I feel like somebody has hurt you deeply and you want to talk about it, but it does feel like it's very emotional, and it could definitely be that somebody hurt you romantically. It could be that, you know, maybe there's somebody that you're dealing with that has really hurt you deeply and romantically in the romantic feels for some of you. Not for all of you, of course. This could definitely be something that is that you need to stand up and say. It could be to your employer. I'm just saying, you need to stand up and say something, but you want to keep justice. That means that you want to restore your emotions in a place where it gives you harmony, so you can speak the truth and stand up for yourself at the same time. Let's talk about the Eight of Pentacles here, because it feels like you've been thinking about it, working on it, listening to your intuition. It feels like this is a spiritual type thing. We've got, you're trying to remove some sort of a block. We've got the Ace of Wands here. Look, I feel like I'm talking to somebody who has Aries energy, because that Ace of Wands here is telling me that you've probably got some Aries energy, and it is I feel like what you're trying to do is not step out of line. And I don't mean step out of line. I guess that's the words I use. But what I mean by that is you don't want to cause a fight. I don't think that you want to argue, or it does feel like right now you're blocking the Ace of Swords, which tells me you're blocking your fire, which means if I pull the sword, you're going to know I pulled the sword. Do you know what I mean? It feels like you're trying to keep your wits about you so you don't go Aries, 6 planets in Aries, on somebody. That's what it feels like here. The moon energy is here, but I don't think you know how to accomplish that. Because I think at this time you're feeling a little bit fiery, I would say. So even if you don't have a fire placement, it's likely in your chart somewhere that you're unaware of, but it feels like somebody here is is the situation. I'm not able to feel out the situation. I don't really know if what I'm about to say is going to cause an argument. So the moon is always, things are not as they seem. And so for you, it's like you're trying to hold back your fire. You're trying to block the fire or hold back your fire. You're trying not to make the decision to just open up on somebody. That's what it feels like to me here. Tell me about the Six of Pentacles. Whew, look, just feeling a little like somebody here is holding something under the surface. We've got the World card. We've got the Nine of Wands, and we've got the Seven of Cups. Yeah, because I don't know how this is going to work out. I don't have a clear idea of what the outcome is if I decide to let loose with the Ace of Wands. That's a lot of firepower. And I feel like with the 9 showing up here, not coincidental that it's here with the Ace, because that is some sort of a heavy, deep, heavy emotional burden that you've been carrying. And I don't think you want to carry it anymore. But also, I don't think that you want to fight about it. I don't think you want to start a huge fight. Sorry, I stopped for a moment because I was listening. And I heard Pink say, we're all going to get in a fight. So I'm still a rock star. I got my rock moves and I don't need you. So you might be saying to someone, look, you've been treating me badly. I don't need you to treat me badly. In fact, I don't really need to be here. This could be you're speaking to an employer. You could be speaking to someone you live with, a roommate, or somebody that you've been in a relationship with. But the Nine of Wands tells me that what you're trying to do is not burn out emotionally. But I also feel like a conversation must take place. You do want reciprocal energy in terms of emotions, but I don't know that you're getting it, friend. I think that's what we're talking about here. I don't think that you're getting reciprocal energy from someone. And I feel like you are feeling burnt out and overwhelmed emotionally. And it feels like with the World card here, what you want to do is put the stop to all of that. You want to close this door, but you know that the only way you can close the door is by having a back and forth conversation that is in pentacles, not in fire, not in water, but pentacles. But I think at the heart of the matter here is that you feel very emotional about the situation. I think you want to have a practical back and forth communicative response from them, but I don't know that you're going to get it. So we've got at the Ace of Swords here, we've got Temperance. I think you're going to know what to do, because it tells me that after we go back and forth and feel fire and water, which is what we have here next to each other, the moon and the Ace of Wands, fire and water. And I think you land on this moment of alchemy where you get this realization. It feels like a moment of clarity shows up here. And it feels like the Death card. I feel like somebody here is like, I don't want to end this, but I think I might end this if I end up standing up for myself and saying something. So I feel like either something is about to end or transform by you getting this moment of clarity in this moment of temperance, where you're going to realize that there is a way that I can say this emotionally without getting all crazy with my emotions and causing a fight. I feel like you are trying to pick a way to say the words that are truth, because that's truth, right? The Ace of Swords is truth. That's truthful, intellectual, star energy, healing and intellectual. I'm trying to find the right words. I'm trying to say it in a way that is going to be healing. But I don't know that you know that this is going to work out for you. Either it's going to change everything and this person's going to be responsive to your plea, or this is going to end it. But either way, you get temperance. You get healing. You get things in a moment of alchemy that come to a point of truth, and now finally we get to say what we want to say, or I finally have let it out and said it. But I think you're going to get more reciprocal energy if you say it without losing your crap everywhere, right? I think that's why you're trying to block your Ace of Wands energy. Let's talk about justice. I feel like you need to have justice. It feels like a need. You need to feel justice in this emotional energy here. Because I feel like you might be living with someone in your home, or maybe it's someone in your workplace, and I feel like all their energy is sticking to you. Look, Cancer cannot leave the room without everything sticking to them. So I feel like you're someone who's quite empathic, quite psychic, and I feel like you need to say to someone, look, it doesn't matter if you don't talk to me. I feel your energy, and I'm getting burnt out with the energy that you're giving me. Tell me about the Justice card. We have the Page of Wands. We have the Five of Pentacles and the Hierophant. So I feel the reason why you're being stubborn, not moving forward and digging your heels in, is because you don't want to be left out in the cold. Maybe someone will kick you out. Maybe you'll lose your job. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's the reason that you need to say this in a very practical way so you can entice that person to get into a conversation of back and forth, pentacle-like conversation where we can have reciprocal energy, where I'm not just yelling and you're just not standing back watching me yell. So I feel like this page is like, you're curious about how can I keep everything in a harmonious energy? How can I restore my faith, or restore someone's faith in me, or restore my faith in someone else? It feels like restorative faith without putting myself on the outside looking in. I'm not trying to create distance. I'm trying to create the excitement for the future. I feel like the Page of Wands is here to say life in the future can be exciting, but it also, there's a lot of curiosity out there, but we have to figure out what we're doing from here. I think that you're trying to restore the truth to something. You're trying to get harmonious energy, but I feel like you're scared if you stand up for yourself and bring all the details, right? We got Two Swords here. It feels like if you bring all the details and make certain decisions, then it feels like it could end up in heartbreak. So look, we're going to go into the extended. If you want to be there, please look at the top of the comments. There is one pinned comment there. It's under every video that I upload. If you want to click on read more, you will see there are two links that pop out there. The membership area is where I put all of these extendeds. If you're interested in coming to join us in the membership area, please click that link. If you're interested in a private read, please know that I do private reads. I do them pre-recorded, but I also do them live. So if you want to talk to me about anything, we'll be using cards to get our answers, but it doesn't matter what the topic is. If you just want to say hi, you can do that as well. So if you want to catch me live, whether it's video or over the phone or through text, then you can do that. But you have to book those in advance. So please go to the link to Hypsee. Check out my pricing for my private reads. They start at $25 and go up from there for pre-recordeds, and you get between 5 and 75% off when you pre-book a reading with me live. So if you'd like to do that, all of that information is there in the Hypsee link. I'm going to go to the extended. If you'd like to be there, I would love to see you there. But if you're not, that's okay, because I'll be back. I'm always back, friend. I'm going to go for now, Scorps. You take care of yourself. I'm out. Bye-bye.